The Giants road trip continues. Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers have taken the field. 67 degrees at game time for the Giants and the Dodgers. Game 2 of the 4-game series. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, home of the authentic fan. Walker Buehler on the mound, and here's the Giants batting order that will face him. Lamont Wade Jr. in the leadoff spot. At first base, Mike Yastrzemski, right field. Buster Posey back in there catching. Alex Dickerson hits cleanup in left field. And Brandon Crawford, who is tied for second in the league in home runs and leads the league in RBIs in the month of May, is at shortstop. Donovan Solano hit a 2-run homer last night, second base. Jason Vosler at third base as Longoria gets a night of rest. Steven Duggar, who's been hot lately, center field. And Anthony DeSclafani is the pitcher. The lineup brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealers.
On the hill tonight for the Dodgers will be Walker Buehler. Buehler, 26 years of age. He's in his 4th year at the big league level. This is what he has done at 9 starts, 3-0 with a 2.78 ERA. Averaging a strikeout an inning with 59 strikeouts against 8 walks. You say, how does he do it? Well, you're going to see a high velocity fastball that goes mid to high 90s with 2 types of movement. He'll cut it and he'll sink it. He's got a good hard slider and a changeup combination. Right from a high 3/4, almost over the top release. And this is a guy who can pitch very well with the fastball high in the count, above the letters.
Lamont Wade Jr. leads off now for the Giants. And it's low and inside. I don't think he ever threw a pitch like that in that whole start in San Francisco on Saturday. That missed that badly. And it's the first time it wasn't a first pitch strike, I'm pretty sure. Well, he's down and in again, 2-0. And one of the things, as we mentioned when we were talking with Greg Papa and Randy Wynn, Gabe Kapler said that Lamont Wade has shown throughout his professional career that he's a guy who will work a count and is very particular about what pitches he'll swing at. He took that one, and it's 3-0.
Now that last pitch a little closer than the first two.
And the plate umpire Greg Gibson, and he's gotten under the skin of Walker Buehler a little bit for that last pitch. He thought that was a strike, and so did our strike zone there from StatCast. But it's a walk for Wade.
Let's take a look at the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The pitch usage for Walker Buehler this year. He likes that 4-seam fastball. He throws it half the time. He's got a knuckle curveball, a cutter, a slider, and a sinker. And he'll use all of those pitches. If one gets hot, he'll ride it. But he definitely thinks off the fastball.
Ball 1 to Yastrzemski, a curveball. He has only a 222 average. He's not really gotten hot yet, although that average has been going up steadily lately. Out of play. Dodgers outfield is very deep. Center fielder Chris Taylor, very deep in straightaway center. And they've got the overshift on with 3 infielders to the right of second. Mookie Betts well over into the gap in right center, way off the line. One and two. Greg Gibson behind the plate with Manny Gonzalez at first, Rob Drake at second, and Dan Merzel at third.
I think Gibson's more of a low ball guy. He will call some belts on occasion. He's got a little width on both sides of the plate, and I think he's an umpire that looks for strikes.
Wade is back. So Wade forced out at second. Yastrzemski is now at first as Buster comes to the plate.
Let's take a look at the Dodgers defensively tonight, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Tsutsugo, Taylor, and Betts. Taylor, the best arm in that outfield. Lux and Turner on the left side of the infield. Muncy and Beatty. They're on the right side. Will Smith, he'll be in the lineup tonight. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Justin Turner was the guy trying to plug that gap up in the overshift, and he's the one who threw out Wade. Wade had to wait and make sure that ball didn't hit him. Ball one to Buster. 336 average, 412 on base with 9 home runs. Still an OPS of over 1,000, which is outstanding. Pretty good rip at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, he got what he was looking for. He was looking for that high fastball.
They get one, and it's a double play to win the inning. Now DeSclafani will head to the mound. No.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. With 10 hybrids to choose from, there's one for everyone. Toyota, let's go places. By Heffernan Insurance, because you're different. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Hollywood. And the Giants trying to get it back together now. Last of the first inning. The Dodgers batting order is brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealers. Betts in right, Max Muncy at second. His last 16 games against the Giants, he's got 8 home runs and 13 walks, including a home run that was the game winner last night. Turner at third, Will Smith the catcher, Gavin Lux at short, Taylor in center, Matt Beatty at first with Yoshi Tsutsugo in left, and Walker Buehler the pitcher bats ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the 30-year-old right-hander, Anthony DeSclafani. Actually, he's 31 years of age now. 6 feet tall, 196-pounder. He's in his 7th year at the big league level. 4.2 with a 3.54 ERA. And you're going to see a lot of fastballs from DeSclafani. He's a guy that can sink and cut that fastball. He's also got a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Crawford, and it's off his glove. Betts is fast. He's going for second. And he's going to make it there, standing up.
Well, it's going to be ruled a double. Just kind of off the end of the bat. Crawford going over to a backhand. And the second night in a row, he's taken one off the shin. And with Betts' speed, once he sees that thing trickle into the outfield, it's an easy take of second base. And for DeSclafani, who saw some pretty cheap hits in his last outing where he gave up 10 earned runs, this is how this game starts. Kind of a weird hit. It'll be interesting to see how DeSclafani handles this inning.
Max Muncy now, 95 miles an hour off the inside. Apparently they scored that as an error. The scoreboard at Dodger Stadium lists an error for the Giants.
Well, I'm glad. I think it was an error. I thought I heard the PA announcer announce hit, so I'm glad that they did put an error on it because that's what it should have been.
Dickerson. Betts tagging at second, but he's not going anywhere. One away.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense. It's brought to you by Geico. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Dickerson, Duggar, and Yastrzemski, the best arm in center field. Crawford and Voss are on the left side of the infield. Solano and Wade, they're on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. Lamont Wade, the first baseman du jour.
Justin Turner now, who really gets right up on top of the plate. And that is a routine play for Dickerson, relatively speaking. You see, just before that pitch was thrown, Mookie Betts waving his arm. Just you get a little suspicious when you see that just before a pitch.
Well, if you're going to tip a pitch or a location, you're never going to be that obvious.
2 down. Here is Will Smith.
Usually the way a guy does it is just the very first foot that he moves. If he moves his left foot first, that usually means that the catcher's setting up on the first base side. If he moves his right foot first, then he's telling him that it's on the third base side, the target.
So what are he trying to? There he goes. And he stopped. He took off and stopped. So what's he doing with the wave in the arm?
I don't know.
Trying to distract Buster Posey?
I mean, like I said, if you're gonna try and give a sign, you're not gonna do something that obvious. You get the guy in the batter's box hurt. I think he's swatting flies, is what he's doing. They've got a lot of, and that's been a history in this ballpark.
Medium deep in center field, and Steven Duggar inning over. Well, DeSclafani got into trouble on the error, but got out of it right.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Pacifico. Head to PacificoDelivery.com and get beer delivered to your door now. Pacifico Beer. Please drink responsibly.
Well, download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for your San Francisco Giants.
Ball 1 to Alex Dickerson. Hitting cleanup, leading off here in the second for the Giants. 0-0 game. Crawford on deck. One away. Beatty handled it himself.
Not a lot of wind tonight in Dodger Stadium. It's really a great night to hit. Saw 5 home runs in last night's ball game, and this ballpark is playing pretty similar with the amount of carry you're getting with balls off the bat that are in the air.
Brandon Crawford now. You saw Type is second in home runs in the month of May in the National League, leading the league in RBIs. Ball 1, and that one right around the knees, but called a ball.
One thing about this ballpark, when you compare where the Giants just came from, Arizona, which is one of the fastest infields in all of baseball, and now you get to Dodger Stadium, it's a much more fair infield. Fair meaning that pitchers don't like fast infields. It favors the hitter. Well, the infield here in LA is it's a little quick, but it's a good infield.
2-1.
Say the same thing about the gaps in the outfield. They're not explosive. Arizona was just quick all over.
Crawford toward the right field corner. It is off the base of the wall. And Crawford, that carom came right to Betts, but it got to him so quickly, I guess he couldn't hold it. Crawford easily makes it into second.
Yeah, the baseline right at the bottom of the wall is all cement, and when it hits the cement, I mean, it can really come back at you quickly. I'm impressed that Mookie Betts even got a glove on it. Crawford spinning on the inside pitch. I thought he had a chance to knock that thing out of here. So, hey, he'll have to settle for a double, but nice at bat. Remember, the Giants had 3 hits last night. One was a bunt.
And one was a Donovan Solano home run right after the bunt. Well, that one fooled Will Smith, and now Crawford's at third base.
We almost see it every game where a catcher gets crossed up with a runner at second base. And the reason for it is teams are so paranoid about players at second base tipping a pitch or giving a location that they're constantly changing sets of signs. And guys, they get a little brain dead. They forget. I mean, the good thing there is he crossed him up. I think Will Smith was looking for a fastball, and he threw him a slider or a cutter. And the reason it's a good break, when a catcher looks for a breaking ball and gets a fastball with the type of velocity Buehler can put on it, you can break your hand.
Dodgers have the infield in right away here. Second inning with one out. Crawford at third. 2-0. That should be deep enough to get Crawford home easily. Taylor near the warning track. He won't even make a throw. And Crawford scores the first run of the game.
Nice at bat.
Third baseman number 32, Jason Blossman.
Pure strikeout situation for Buehler, and that's what he was pitching for. And Donovan Solano says, nuh-uh-uh. Fly ball deep enough the outfield. Crawford just jogged on home.
Jason Vosler, he got a fastball out over the heart of the plate. He gave it the big rip trying to do some damage, but he fouled it. Foul tip. 0-2. Two down, bases empty, a run in. Did he swing? Apparently the ruling from the third base umpire was that he did. And he gets thrown out at first. The inning is over. 1-0 Giants.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Twin Pine Casino and Hotel. It's the Chevy Spark giveaway ×2 every Saturday in May. Twin Pine Casino and Hotel.
The Giants leading 1-0 over the Dodgers. Last of the second. And here is Gavin Lux, the young middle infielder. First ball swinging. Medium deep left center. And Dickerson.
Well, Giants fans, Xfinity Mobile delivers fast nationwide 5G on the most reliable network. Break free from the big three and save with Xfinity Mobile.
Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor now.
I can't remember a Dodger team that has been as aggressive on the first pitch as we've seen the last two nights from this Dodger lineup. They're just jumping on the first thing they see near the strike zone on that first pitch.
And except for Chris Taylor right there.
Except for that one right there.
Check swing. An appeal. No. Manny Gonzalez, the first base umpire, said that was not a swing and didn't look like a swing. But what do we know? We're in San Francisco and that happened down in L.A.
Yeah, what do we know? Come on.
Too high. 2-1 the count to Taylor, who for much of this month of May was the Dodgers' hottest hitter. And in fact, last Friday, a week ago, he got the 2-run homer against Alex Wood. That were the Dodgers' only runs of that game, and they won it 2-1. Beauty. 2-2.
A lot of his damage comes against lefties. In tonight's ballgame, you're seeing two guys that really like their fastball, Buehler and DeSclafani. DeSclafani is a high three-quarter, and that's the same with Buehler. I mean, these guys really throw over the top.
Oh, that was close. Call the ball.
Now let's take a look at the break ball. Greg Gibson thought that was a little high. You get fastballs up there. Seldom do you get curveballs up there.
Full count. Shallow right. And Yastrzemski, 2 down.
Well, welcome back, fans. Presented by Sonoma County Tourism, where life opens up. You know, strap on your uni, head out to the yard. So much fun to see everybody coming back with that enthusiasm.
Matt Beatty, first ball swinging. Yaz into the right field corner, still going back at the wall, and it's a home run. I think Yaz thought he was going to catch that one every step of the way, and it just kept on going.
I got to give Yaz an A+ effort trying to catch this thing. Again, first pitch hitting, a fastball. He went right in on the hands with it. I mean, that's a pretty good dig by Beatty to be able to get barrel head on that location. And there's the effort from Yastrzemski. Didn't get a lot of help from the fans down there.
So it's tied up. And Yoshi Tsutsugo with a foul ball. Another first pitch swing.
Yeah, he
Beatty with his second home run.
Missed it by about a glove length. Quinn Kuiper said something the other day when Jason Foster had his first big league homer hitting from the left side into Arizona. He hit it to right field, and he says, Kuiper, and the beautiful thing about it was Foster got to watch it. He got to go down the first base line and watch his home run go over the wall, and that's exactly what Beatty got a chance to do. It's a great 0-2 pitch right there. That's paralysis. You want to miss about 6 inches off the plate, but you want to miss down where he threw it. Sets up a lot of pitches.
Former All-Star from the Yokohama Bay Stars of the Central League in Japan. 5-time All-Star there. And he was signed by the Tampa Bay Rays. And it just never happened for him there. And now the Dodgers have him. Well, maybe DeSclafani got away with one there. What do you think? 2-2.
Well, I mean, you can get away with a high breaking ball provided it's late and it's quick. A lot of times he'll try and throw that cutter up deliberately, but he wants to plant it at the belt in on the hands of a left-handed hitter.
Still 2-2. The pitcher Buehler on deck.
Nice two-seam movement with that fastball at 94.
Full count now. There's Buehler. He struck him out. But each team with a run. Steven Duggar will be coming up as we move to the third.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Cisco WebEx. Call, message, meet, and more. The all-new WebEx.
Well, great news. Tickets to all home games for the season are finally on sale. Every game starting with June 25th is available at 100% capacity. Check out the full roster of promotions starting with the Oakland A's series June 25th through the 27th. It's welcome home weekend with post-game fireworks on Friday, a Yaz bobblehead on Saturday, and a kids baseball cap giveaway on Sunday. Tickets to all Giant home games at sfgiants.com/tickets.
Steven Duggar to lead off here in the third. 1-1 tie. Duggar hitting .294 with a couple of home runs. .345 on base average. Dodgers playing him to pull on the left side of the infield, but the outfield is playing him over toward the left field line a little bit. 0-1 the count to him. Here you see his numbers for the year.
This is the most confident that I've ever seen him.
It's been fun to watch. That cuts off the inside at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, for the longest time, he really got labeled a guy that couldn't hit the fastball in on the hands. And teams didn't go anywhere else. They just pounded him with that location one after another. He's worked his tail off to get up here. And now he has approach and he has the ability to beat that pitch when he's looking for it. I mean, that's the thing. You get up here and the league adjusts to you. If you can't adjust back, your time in the big leagues is going to be short. And your entire career, it's adjustment back and forth. And that's what you miss about the game when you're retired.
Check swing. That one just spiked in the dirt, that knuckle curve from Buehler.
Now that's what he's trying to do with it. Bounce it on home plate or be on the ground between the home plate and the catcher. That high 3/4 release, such a great 12-6 break, and it's a great weapon against lefties from a right-handed pitcher.
DeSclafani is on deck. Went back to that breaking ball again, and again he was able to fight it off. 2-2.
I mean, we talk about it. Maybe we joke about a guy's emergency swing or about his ability to, just not use a whole lot of lower body, and use his hands to fight off a nasty pitch. But it's important that you could do that, because this is the big leagues. You're going to see some nastiness, especially when pitchers are on top of you, 0-2, 1-2, and how you fight some of those corner pitches to stay alive determines your success.
Too high, and a full count. Base hit. Out of the reach of Max Muncy. Now here's a quick word from Cal Hope.
Pitcher number 26.
Hope lives here at Cal Hope. Call the Hope Warm Line at 1-833-317-HOPE. That's 1-833-317-4673. And visit calhope.org. Hope lives here.
Giants with a couple of hits now against Walker Buehler. And here's DeSclafani in what you would assume would be a bunting situation. Buehler will go to first, so he gets it done. Duggar moves up into scoring position.
And he got it done on the first pitch, and that's no small thing. That adds to the momentum of the inning. Job well done.
And it helps when you have a really fast runner at first base who gets a good jump on that bunt.
Yeah, I hated it when I was batting ninth and asked to bunt, and the guy ahead of me was a slow-footed catcher. That was not good, because your bunt had to be perfect.
So now Lamont Wade, who led off the game with a walk against Buehler. 0-1.
One thing about Wade that we learned in Scottsdale is he'll use the whole field. He's got a good left field approach against righties and lefties.
Wade trying to be the RBI man here. 1-1 to score. Duggar with great speed, the runner at second. But right to Beatty at first. And Duggar will go to third, but now with 2 down.
Well, one thing, getting a guy over to third there, I mean, it was productive, and then it moved him over there. I know it's 2 outs, but still, it may affect the breaking ball from Buehler. May not have a strong desire to try and bounce one of those curveballs if he gets ahead with a runner at third.
Yastrzemski, who grounded into a force play his first time. On 1.
A lot of breaking balls tonight for Buehler. He was fastball heavy in his last outing against the Giants in San Francisco. Tonight, a lot of cutters, a lot of curveballs.
Right back to Buehler. So the Giants strand Duggar at third. Buehler will be leading it off as we move to the last.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by PG&E. Visit safetyactioncenter.pge.com for safety tips.
In Southern California, Giants won, Dodgers won. As we move to the last half of the third inning, Walker Buehler to lead off against DeSclafani. Then the top of the order, Betts and Muncy to follow. 0-1. Giants got a run. Crawford with a double off the base of the right field wall. A wild pitch to third, and Solano brought him in with a fly ball. Changeup misses, and then the Dodgers, a 2-out homer by Matt Beatty to right field, just out of the reach of the leaping Yastrzemski. 1-2. Yaz didn't just leap; he like vaulted himself over that low wall in right field.
Yeah, he went all Derek Jeter. I mean, he was after it.
A valiant effort, and that's all for Buehler.
Well, don't miss your chance to have your photo on display in the Presidio's My Park Moment Photo Show. Visit Presidio Tunnel, tops.org. Tunneltops.org.
Dwayne Kuiper on assignment tonight. Dave Fleming will be moving in for the middle innings from the radio side. Mookie Betts reached on the Crawford error in the first inning. Solano in shallow center. Ooh. Hang on.
Tried to squirt out. That's the problem with a second baseman's glove is the smallest glove on the field. And it's small for a reason, because when they're turning the pivot at 2 and they're turning a double play, they don't want to have a deep pocket in their glove. They want that ball to be able to get out of that glove quickly. And they're not great gloves for pop-ups.
Solano telling Crawford, from now on, you take those. Look at this glove. I can't catch those.
Yeah.
Max Muncy now. And ball 1.
Pop-ups go to the Gold Glover. That was always my philosophy.
2 down, nobody on.
I mean, I never had to call for a pop-up, but when you're a pitcher, you direct traffic. You start yelling for a guy.
Giants have the overshift out for Muncy. 3 infielders to the right of second. Muncy, by the way, leads the league in walks, so he's got a very good eye.
That was a pretty easy take right there. Muncy will pull the trigger on a 3-0 count.
He has walked 42 times. He came into this game with a .450 on base average. Well, away from the target of Posey, but caught that inside edge, and Gibson said strike 1.
Yeah, that's one thing about Gibson. I mean, he's one of those umpires where he has his zone. You don't have to throw it between the catcher's knees to get a strike.
Foul ball up the first base side. Lamont Wade grabs it. 3-2. Nobody at third base for the Giants. Crawford at short. 3 infielders between second and first. And it is a walk. Well, caution can be wise if you're in a Giants uniform facing Max Muncy.
No, I think he pitched him beautifully. Don't give in to him. The damage he's done against San Francisco, we're not talking about just this year. Ever since he's been a Dodger, it's been lethal. Take your chances with somebody else. You walk a guy, he only gets to jog to first base. He gives up a home run, he gets to jog the whole lap.
The Giants have seen him do that all too often. Justin Turner on the out of third for a called strike.
94-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball. He's throwing a lot of those tonight.
Lamont Wade on the bag with Muncy at first. And Solano almost up the middle at second. So the right side of the infield is wide open. And that's an opening. Muncy will stop at second as Duggar aggressively charged it. Dodgers' second hit.
He tried to go inside. He's such a tough guy to jam. He invites you in. That right foot is right on the front line of the batter's box. He's just a tough out. It's one of those hitters that really has great control of the bat head.
Now Will Smith. He's become one of the most powerful catchers in the game. Right at the knees for a called strike. Smith has 5 homers, 9 doubles, and a triple. 131 official at bats. Very dangerous. 2 men on, 2 men out. And he took it. 1-1.
That's good on 1 pitch. The beauty about getting strike 1 is you have 2 pitches to pitch to your location. If you miss them both, it's still a 2-1 count. You're banking on making good quality pitches like that last one. That guy going after him, helping you out, trying to hit your pitch.
Two and one.
So 2 good pitches, 2 good takes from Will Smith. Now the 2-1 pitch, you've got to bite off a little more strike zone.
Hit very hard, but very much foul. Crawford retrieves it. 2-2 the count now.
Now you have an opportunity here again with a 2-2 count. You can go to your location. You don't have to throw a strike here.
Solano playing almost behind second. You see Muncy getting his lead away from second. The outfield is deep. 3-2.
So 3 nibblers, and to Will Smith's credit, he hasn't bitten. Now with 2 outs and an open third base, I mean, you don't really have to just give into the fat part of the strike zone. You can still think corner. You have to believe he's trying to protect with 2 strikes.
There go the runners, and the walk has loaded the bases.
Well, it's kind of a frustrating pitch for DeSclafani because that was a pretty easy take. I mentioned it, you got in 2 strike count. I mean, he's in the protect mode, and right away Andrew Bailey's going to come out and talk about it. Give him a little breather as he's throwing a lot of pitches in this inning. All of a sudden, I mean, he got 2 quick outs, and now walk, knock, walk. Time now for the play of the day, brought to you by your California Ford dealers. On this date 23 years ago, May 28, 1998, the Giants trailed the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 9th by 2 runs when manager Buck Showalter ordered an intentional walk of Barry Bonds to make the score 8-7. He walked in a run. The next batter, Brent Mayne, hit a P-Rod to end the game, making this the right choice for Showalter and the D-backs. Brent Mayne was not happy. He had a great at-bat.
He never wanted to hit more in his career than he wanted in that game. And he hit a line drive. The right fielder had to come out and make a sliding catch. Gavin Lux. The last time against DeSclafani Sunday in San Francisco, he hit a grand slam. And it's ball 1. And that was his 2nd grand slam of the week. They hit one against Arizona earlier in the week in LA.
Well, what does that all mean? It means he's confident in this situation.
Muncy, Turner, and Smith from third back to first are the base runners. 2 down. Look out. 2-0.
And those 2 pitches not close. They're trying to go above the hands on the inside corner, but in the strike zone. Front door sink. Take advantage of that 2-seam movement. Start it off a little bit inside. Let the movement come back in the strike zone. So he missed by 2 feet.
So it's a hitter's count in a big moment, even though it's just the 3rd inning. Oh, beauty. 2-1.
It's the best changeup he's thrown tonight. I mean, this is an absolute get it in situation. And he throws the changeup with the 2-seam grip. You can see the little tail that runs away from Lux.
And there is Lamont Wade. The inning is over. 3 stranded. Posey, Dickerson, Crawford coming up. Dave Fleming to tell you all about it.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by the County of Santa Clara. Book your COVID-19 vaccine appointment now.
Welcome back to Dodger Stadium. It is all tied up 1-1. We're headed to the top of the 4th inning. And now it gives me the opportunity to bring in my friend and fellow broadcaster, Dave Fleming. Welcome.
A few stressful moments there in that 3rd inning, but no damage done.
No damage done.
Tied.
You know, and if you look at the pitch count, it's right at 45, is what you should be, 3 innings, 45 or less. So no damage in the pitch count either.
Buster Posey starting off the 4th against Walker Buehler, and it's quickly 0-2.
So you just got back from broadcasting the PGA, and I know you're a very good golfer, and this meant a lot to you. Did you bring me back a divot?
They were very vigilant that you could not pick up any turf, a divot. The state of California doesn't want you to bring any dirt back home. Sorry. Plus, it's all sand. I could have brought you a cup of sand from the beach.
That'd be good.
It was beautiful.
Well, we missed you, but it was fun to hear you when you were doing the weekend tournament.
I kept thinking, Phil Mickelson ended up winning the thing. Buster caught by Muncy. Well, it's good to be with you, Mike. I kept thinking, because Phil Mickelson was the story, right, at the PGA. I mean, a huge story. And the Giants, in a lot of ways, the story of this season, Buster Posey, Brandon Crawford, Evan Longoria, Brandon Belt having all this success. I don't want to call him old. I don't even want to call Phil old, but still veteran athletes performing at a high level. Kind of reminded me of the Giants.
You know, you really should be that surprised. But, you know, in baseball, they've sort of redefined old. You know, we've been watching Albert Pujols is 41. Now, that's old. In the game of baseball, that's old. I mean, he's 21 years into a Hall of Fame career, but you don't see many guys like that anymore.
You don't. In fact, really, the talk in the sport over these last few years is that the game's getting really young. It's a game for the young stars. The old guys are getting older faster, all that stuff, and that's kind of been turned around a little bit. There's a strike to Alex Dickerson. He's not old.
26 years old. It seems like Walker Buehler's been around forever. He'll turn 27 in July. When a guy comes in and hits stardom quickly, as he has done, it just seems like they've been around forever. He called that a strike?
Oh, man. I did not think that was a swing.
Dan Marzell, the third base umpire on this. Yeah,
maybe so.
Good call.
So 2 down. Dickerson, second Buehler strikeout. Up comes Brandon Crawford, who had another extra base hit his first time up. Maybe having his best year with the bat. He hits that one hard to the opposite field, and it's going to be caught. Tsutsugo right up against the wall. Almost another one for Crawford. Instead, Giants gone in.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Supermicro. Changing the way organizations are changing the world. At Supermicro, we keep IT green.
Well, the Cubs are making their only visit to Oracle Park for a 4-game series next weekend. Get out to the ballpark for garlic fries, fresh air, and tons of fun. The Saturday game is SF Pride Day with a 4:15 first pitch. Get tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets.
DeSclafani back to work here in the bottom of the fourth after getting himself through a jam in the third. And he starts off Chris Taylor with a fastball high. Taylor 0 for 1. He almost got hit.
I don't know how he got out of that. That was a heat seeker at 93 miles per hour. Big two-seam movement, and man, I don't know how it didn't catch at least a piece of the uni.
Yeah, unlike Walker Buehler and Gavin Lux, it's not skin tight on Chris Taylor. He's got a little give to his jersey.
Yeah, I think Walker Buehler's uni might be one of the tightest I've ever seen.
Ever. And he inspired his teammate Gavin Lux, who said, I want to look like that.
That's
so
right.
He wears the tight pants too.
Uniform by Lululemon.
2-2.
I seriously, I mean, their baseball pants do not look like traditional baseball pants. They look like yoga pants.
They do. Really great for getting warmed up before the game. Very high.
That's the one count that he hasn't been very sharp in tonight. That 2-2 pitch. That pitch where you could go to a corner, hope a guy tries to get in the protect mode, will go after your location. But he's throwing some pitches up there that have been pretty easy takes.
3-2. That was a good pitch.
It's a good swing.
Chris Taylor's role's changed a little bit. I mean, he's playing a lot for the Dodgers, and he has these last few years. But no Kike Hernandez, no Jock Peterson. It's a little bit of that depth that we've seen for these last several seasons. It's gone. So Taylor still bounces around, but he's playing almost every day. He draws a leadoff walk.
I mean, that's 3 walks now, the last 5 guys he's faced. And he had no control issues at all the first time through the lineup. This second time through, he's missing, and it's how he's missing that is a bit of concern. He's missing by a bunch.
And now he has to face the guy who hit a home run against him his first time up, Matt Beatty.
This will be an interesting first pitch. Think back on that home run. It was a first pitch swing. He went right on the hands. He made the location pitch he wanted to. He pitched right to the scout report. The guy knocked out of the park. Now you got to go to plan B.
And plan B results in a base hit to left center. Dickerson's going to cut it off, but Taylor with his good speed will make it around to third. So here come the Dodgers, first and third, nobody out.
And again, Beatty going up there, beating him on the first pitch. Tries to backdoor a little breaking ball just to get it in. Breaking ball, and he's seeing it big right out of the hand. I mean, that's an outstanding at bat. Opposite gap. So plan A didn't work. Plan B didn't work on the first pitch.
I hope we have a plan C.
I hope we have a plan C.
Well, one thing about this spot, you are at the bottom part of the order here. Yoshi Tsutsugo. And then the pitcher, Walker Buehler. So this becomes a really big hitter in this game.
And he's a good contact hitter. He's a tough guy to strike out, although DeSclafani got him in the first at bat.
Tsutsugo trying to put that first pitch in play, hits it foul.
I figure if you could get this guy And he has a non-productive at bat. I mean, you have the pitcher on deck. You have a chance to get out of this first and third, nobody out. But this is the key right here. That's why I always think it's so valuable to have a contact hitter in the 8th spot ahead of a pitcher in the National League. Infield's in.
Close.
That's what he wanted. Fastball after a changeup. Good 1-2 combination. Threw that ball right by Tsutsugo. Posey wants another changeup.
He missed that one badly.
Another easy take. These are critical pitches for a pitcher because a 1-1 count, you feel you have the advantage. You could go to your target. You could make your corner pitch. And when you miss by 2 feet, that's a big miss. And that has plagued them this time through the lineup.
Good look at that infield in for the Giants with runners at first and third and nobody out. 2-1. Tsutsugo got jammed. Wade is coming home and the tag. He is out at home plate.
Wow, that wasn't that easy.
Posey finally found him.
Looked like Chris Taylor was trying to put up a Javier Baez disappearing act around home plate. No second thought whatsoever. Wade comes up, perfect pitch to or a throw to Posey, but look at how elusive Taylor was, and he almost pulled it off.
21, Walker Buehler.
That was close.
It really was. It was close about 4 different ways, but Posey got him.
He stayed with him. Finally managed to touch that forearm.
You know, that turned into a pretty darn good play by Buster. So that's huge. Now Buehler with first and second and 1 out takes ball 1. And give Lamont Wade some credit. Giants, you know, they played him a lot at first base in spring training. He played a lot there in college. I know you guys were talking about that earlier tonight. But he has not played a lot of first base as a professional in actual games. Pretty good play. Did he bunt it that one? Now Posey tries to pick off Beatty. Buster's feeling frisky after getting that tag down.
That really was a good play. That's one of those plays that can define your night. If you don't pull that off and you don't get the out, ooh.
Showing bunt again, and he bunts it foul. 1-2. Well, it's not a piece of cake after Buehler. Mookie Betts is the next hitter.
Well, you can pitch to him with an open base, so if you can get the out here, which means you can corner pitch him, which is how you want to pitch a hitter like Betts.
Another show of a bunt and a bunt out in front of the plate. Posey wants to take it, and Buster is going to throw out Buehler. Solano covering, so that sacrifice does move the runners up. Beatty to third, Tsutsugo to second. Still tied 1-1. Now 2 down.
Wade crashing hard. Buster pulls him off. It's a much easier play for a catcher. He's got his momentum going towards the base he wants to throw to. For Wade, he would have had to plant turnaround. So Buehler gets it done with 2 strikes. He winds up doing a nice job.
That was just a little hint of inexperience from Wade, I thought, on that play. It took him a long time to get out of the way. Buster was calling for that one the whole way. But they avoided disaster.
Yeah, tie goes with the Gold Glover, man. Get
so
out
now,
of the way.
Huge. Betts takes a slider for ball 1.
little bit of a nibble right there, but he can because he's got an open base. Although you got the Giants killer on deck, Max Muncy.
That one called a ball. Wow. Greg Gibson saying it was inside.
Well, Posey's sitting on that outside corner. He reaches across, and that was a nice frame job to try and get that. And it really was. Remember, how do you frame on that side of the plate? Like you're reaching up for a beer from your bartender.
I know that move.
Yes, you do. You know it well.
2-0, 3-0.
Don't take this 3-0 pitch for granted.
See if Betts has ideas. He takes a strike. Looked like he was just going to take.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure pitches here for Anthony DeSclafani. This inning, last inning.
He's grinded.
Through it all, the game is still tied. 3-1. Strike two.
Like he was taken there too.
Yeah. Mookie Betts never been afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and he's got the hottest guy going on deck. Big pitch here. 3-2. Betts strikes out swinging. That was big time from Anthony DeSclafani. First and third, nobody out, and the Dodgers do not score.
It's the big top of the 5th, 1-1 tie. Time now for our drive of the game, brought to you by Jeep. Last night, Donovan Solano's first home run of the season tied the game in the 6th inning. Solano's 2-run shot into the left field bleachers was off Victor Gonzalez, and it was the first home run Gonzalez has allowed this season in 36 games. A first row shot.
Huge for Donovan Solano to get going. Giants need him. Isn't that funny how, I mean, a couple of years ago, who's this guy, Donovan Solano? He going to help this team, huh? And now he feels like a super important part of this offense.
Well, 2 seasons where he's hit over 300.
Yep. Went after that one and hit a foul. Well, I mean, even his first time up tonight, to me, was an indication of how important he can be. I mean, Walker Buehler can pitch for the strikeout with about the best of them. He had the runner at third with 1 out, and Solano found a way to get the run home. I don't take those for granted anymore. I mean, I never have, but in the era of high velocity and high spin rate and strikeouts through the roof, when has there ever been a tougher time for a hitter to get that guy in from third?
Especially this guy.
Yeah. A little pop up behind second. Muncy wants it for out number 1.
I mean, strikeout guys, look, they try to have easy outs. They try to get outs within 3 pitches. But when they need to pitch for a strikeout, they're really good at it. And you think about Buehler, his whole life he's been able to strike people out. So he knows how to do it.
He struck out Jason Vossler. Vossler's first time up. And he gets the call there with the breaking ball.
You're talking about the Buehler uniform. You can see the tight look down below the knees. It's starting to go around the game now. The double knit material that they have now is it's so nice.
Make you jealous?
I mean, the first double knit was, I mean, it was, guys really liked it, but they were hot. They were so thick, they were hot. And when you're playing on turf on a day game where it would be 125 to 140 degrees, it was rough. The old wool unis they breathed and they were a little cooler on the hot days. But these new unis, they're unbelievable as to how comfortable they are.
I bet a lot of people think that's funny to hear you say. On a really hot day, you want to wear the wool ones.
Yeah.
Sort of counterintuitive,
Flannel.
but
they really did breathe. They were good.
1-2 to Vossler. He lays off that high fastball.
You can see how light that material is on the uniform of Buehler.
Yeah, that's a good look. Got him swinging.
Cutter right in on the hands. Absolutely perfect location. And that's a pitch he didn't have until he got to the big leagues. I mean, he was kind of just a fastball, curveball guy. He was toying with a change. It didn't throw it a lot, but now he came up with this cutter, and you can see the round circle on the cutter, the eye of the cutter, but it's a flat one, which makes it more useful to try and get in tight to left-handed hitters, especially guys with power. That cutter ate Vossler up.
So now 2 outs for Steven Duggar, who just continues. Look at the movement on that fastball at 96. Strike one.
That two-seam movement. Good use of it. Duggar hitting now 308.
Yeah, this guy's at bats are just so good.
They've been fantastic.
He hits that one high and deep to right field. Mookie Betts going back. It is gone. Another great at bat for Steven Duggar. It's his 3rd home run of the year. 2-1 Giants.
You know, you can't even say he's very quietly demanding more playing time, but he is letting his bat head do the talking, and it's getting louder and louder. I mean, he gets a good pitch to hit, but he put himself in position to hit the hang and break ball. Watch the foot get down. He's in position to use his lower legs, and he just unloads. Just a nice light grip on the bat, heavy bat head, and that exploded. You can watch the route from Mookie Betts. He knew it.
Wow. So now strike one to DeSclafani. This is becoming a story.
Yeah, it really has. And you know, he's such a good guy. He's a quiet guy. And he internalized a lot of really, really tough times when he was consistently getting beat the same way in his at bat. He wasn't hitting the inside pitch at the hands, and he's fixed that weakness. It's no longer an issue with him. He looks fantastic.
I mean, the thing about Duggar, he's got so many other things he can do to help you win a game that if the at bats are like this, you're talking about a really high level player. I know it's early in his renaissance, but it has been a rebirth for Steven Duggar. Austin Slater's pretty pumped for his teammate. Yeah, we didn't used to say bye-bye baby when Steven Duggar came up. We're doing it a lot these days. His 3rd home run of the year, and the Giants are back ahead.
Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. With 10 hybrids to choose from, there's one for everyone. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, the Painter's Paint Store. By Mercury Insurance. Get a quote at mercuryinsurance.com. And by Jeep. See your local Jeep dealer today for great deals on the award-winning Jeep brand lineup.
Well, Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Angels are coming to San Francisco for a 2-game series this Monday and Tuesday. The Monday game is a Memorial Day matinee with a 105 first pitch, and you can see one of the most exciting players we've ever seen, Shohei Ohtani. One of the best teams in baseball, the Giants. And you can want tickets, go to sfgiants.com/tickets.
He's pitching over in Oakland tonight. Ohtani is 5 1/3, 2 hits, no runs against the A's. I assume he's in the lineup. Nope, they're using a DH tonight. Huh. Max Muncy against DeSclafani. Giants back ahead 2-1 on the Steven Duggar home run. That's high, 2-0. Well, it's asking a lot. DeSclafani has worked through huge trouble in each of the last 2 innings.
Well, that's why the leadoff hitter in this inning is important. It's a big out to get.
I think he got him. We'll see. Donovan Solano was playing way out there in the outfield grass. No problem. It's a big out.
That's a big out down the count 2-0 to a guy who's torched the Giants. That one felt good.
Justin Turner.
So no bat flip this time for Max Muncy. Up comes Justin Turner. Numbers pretty good, aren't they? 9 home runs, 27 batted in for Turner. He just has not slowed down. Last few years have been a couple different times where it's looked like, okay, maybe now Justin Turner finally starting to show a little age.
And what did he do this offseason? He went out, worked out, lost about 15 pounds. He looks great.
He looks like a different person.
He really does. I mean, he's really slimmed out. But where you see it when you lose weight like that is in your hip speed. And hip speed is bat speed. Hip speed is arm speed. Plus, I mean, you're on your feet every day as an everyday player. I mean, you're helping yourself out. Knees, your ankles, your hips. Take that weight off.
Good pitch. Turner 1 for 2 against DeSclafani so far tonight. Posey sets that target, and a changeup came back down and in.
Plus, when you sit down with a trainer and your coaches at the end of the year and they evaluate, you know, they're telling you what your hip speed is, what your bat speed is, what your arm speed is, what your extension is with your throw. I mean, they're giving you data. You can't even argue with it.
You can't argue anymore. It's right there. 2-2 on the ground and past the reach of Vossler. So that's another hit for Justin Turner. Now a quick word from Pacifico. It's a word, but it's sort of like an ambiance. Not a lot of words from Pacifico.
Oh, that's one of my favorite commercials right there.
That's a pretty good one.
I've got that in my tap back home right now.
That's a pretty good one. Ball 1 to Will Smith. He fits right in this Dodger lineup. Just not an easy out. Giants had a 1-0 lead. Donovan Solano's sac fly scored Brandon Crawford. Matt Beatty hit a home run to tie it. Steven Duggar has gone deep to put the Giants back ahead. High and tight.
I almost caught that elbow piece.
A couple close calls.
Man, that elbow piece extends down too, right there past the elbow, an inch, maybe 2.
Yeah, look at that thing. It's still the pickoff throw goes to Lamont Wade, and I'm thinking, wait. I mean, no Belt, no Flores, no LaStella, no Ruff. We've seen Jason Vossler over there. I mean, Wade is like 6th on the depth chart for the Giants at first base. He's made a big play defensively tonight.
Yeah, he did. You know, when a guy's over there and he doesn't have a lot of experience. I think it's more impressive to make a great play with your arm than with your glove. And he did that.
2-1 to Will Smith. He fouled that one back, had a pretty good cut. Well, at the start of the fourth inning, we were talking about how efficient DeSclafani had been, even with some trouble to work through. Pitch count up to 80 now. Oh, didn't quite come to the corner.
That's the best 2-2 pitch he's throwing here in 2 innings. I mean, that was a little wraparound 94-mile-an-hour 2-seam movement. I mean, he just missed. The other 2-2 pitches he had, they were big misses, easy takes. That was not an easy take.
Turner not going, and it's ball 4.
Tell you what, 2 pretty good takes there to get the walk from Will Smith. And now, once again, it's become a stress inning.
Giants are going to get the bullpen going.
I mean, some managers, they'll give you 1-2 rough stress innings, but that third one, they start to look for other options, and they're getting that bullpen going big time now. Everybody's walking around, stretching out. Looks like Caleb Berriger is going to be the guy that gets it going.
So here's Gavin Lux, 0 for 2, but of course we know what happened last week against DeSclafani on Sunday, just a few days ago, really. Wearing his yoga pants at the plate.
Well, get used to it. That looks coming. And baseball is such a small world. I mean, it seems like anybody, remember the high top shoes that Eric Davis wore?
Yeah.
Within about a month, everybody had high top shoes. And then there was the long baggy uniform that went way down, and all of a sudden you didn't see anybody have leggings. Nobody has leggings. I mean, leggings just and stirrups, they just kind of disappeared.
Maybe
you're looking at the look of the future. That's the next thing.
A little check swing foul, and Lux, he might have hurt himself.
Yeah, he tried to check a swing. It looked like he felt it in his right wrist. Something makes a trainer cringe when a guy tries to check a swing, and you can see the reaction. Get a zinger. Goes up your arm. Those go away though.
0-2.
Good pitch. Zingers go away. Hammock bones, they don't. When you break a hammock, they don't go away. 2 lefties. Jose Alvarez has joined Berriger.
Well, Caleb Berriger's kind of become the guy, lefty, but gets righties. 1-2. Lux hit that one pretty well to center field. Duggar all the way back. Duggar is there to make the catch. Right in front of the wall.
Ooh.
That was close. Turner tagged and went to third.
Off the crack of the bat. This ballpark, you don't really trust it anymore. And he catches this with backspin, which is going to give him carry. I mean, he's measuring, and look at the look on DeSclafani. Yeah, Duggar, you're my man.
Well, the wrist must be feeling okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Now Chris Taylor, who walked his last time up. Can DeSclafani get through another mess? Bases loaded in the third. Dodgers didn't score. First and third, nobody out. Last inning.
Yeah, he's above where he should be. At the end of 5 innings, you should have 75 pitches or less, so you get an idea. But a lot of those pitches have been out of the stretch. A lot of those pitches have been high stress pitches. And he's digging deep right now.
0-1. Taylor had that one timed up pretty well.
You see a foul ball go straight back, he's on you.
But DeSclafani's ahead 0-2.
He's got 4 pitches to try and strike him out. But I don't know if he's going to get another hitter. That's the other thing too. I mean, you kind of get a feeling as to how the manager's thinking. They got 2 guys cranking down the bullpen. This might be the last hitter he gets no matter what.
Beatty on deck is 2 for 2 with a homer.
Good idea. They tried to elevate. They know that Taylor will chase above the zone. He's aggressive. He don't want to walk.
But I think you're right. I think this is the last hitter for DeSclafani. Here's the 1-2. Taylor rips it, and it gets by Crawford, who might not have had a play anyway, but he couldn't knock it down, and that will tie the game.
Well, with Taylor's speed, the point you make about even if he comes up with the ball, he's not going to have a play. I totally agree with. Just a pretty good pitch out there in the outside corner at the knees. And a nice job from Taylor to hit the ball. Top spin liner on 1 hop. Do or die for Crawford. And I really don't, even with his arm, I don't know if he had a play.
So the pitching change. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
Well, check out the new Giants Talk podcast presented by Wendy's, hosted by Giants insider Alex Pavlovich and Cole Kuiper, with Cole's old man, Dwayne Kuiper, checking in. And this week's special guest star, Buster Posey, talks about the renewal of the Giants and the Dodgers rivalry, how the Giants can continue to contend in the tough National League West, all that and more. Subscribe right now wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, well, the Giants make the pitching change and bring Caleb Berriger in, and the Dodgers are making a counter move. Matt Beatty, who'd gone 2 for 2 against DeSclafani with a home run, but he's not in the game anymore. So Caleb Berriger will face the 41-year-old future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols.
21st game for Berriger, who's been fantastic. Mid-90 fastballs with cut. And a slider. Go get him.
And really, when he's had problems against left-handed hitters. He's been just awesome against righties. Well, he gets introduced to a pretty small strike zone.
Yeah, Gibson's not as giving tonight as we've seen him in the past. We saw a big zone last night with Dan Marzell, rather, I beg your pardon. And tonight we expected the same type of zone from Greg Gibson, the crew chief, but we haven't seen it. It's been tighter.
Pujols, good cut.
Ooh. Middle way at the bell has not been a good zone for the last 21 years. If you're pitching against it.
Dodgers have tied the game. Caleb Berriger trying to keep it tied. DeSclafani responsible for Smith at second and Taylor at first. Too high. Well, the walks have been an issue for Caleb Berriger. It's interesting because last year we saw almost none of them from him. I mean, he was just pounding the strike zone last year. (16 innings this year, 10 walks). Not close.
Easy takes.
DJ Peters has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle. Sutsugo is due up next. Two on, two out. 3-1 pitch. Pujols swings through that high fastball.
You look at it and say, well, 93, what's so special about that? Well, it's got cut. It's got a very subtle little leaky flat movement that runs in towards the hands of a right-handed hitter, and he put that in a perfect spot right above the hands inside corner.
See if he can do it again. Runners will be going with a full count and 2 down. They take off. 3-2 is hit high in the air to shallow left field. Dickerson is there for the catch. And Caleb Berriger does his job. Dodgers get the 1 to tie the game. We go to the 6th. It's 2-2.
All right, time now for What's on Tap, brought to you by Pacifico. Giants taking on the Dodgers tomorrow at 4 on Network TV and on KNBR Radio. Sunday afternoon, a 1 o'clock game with a pregame live at 12:30. And Giants come home on Memorial Day to host Shohei Ohtani and the Angels on Monday afternoon, and followed by a Tuesday night game to close out that short 2-game series. And that's your Pacifico What's on Tap.
Lamont Wade in the 6th inning, leading off for the Giants in a 2-2 ball game. Walk to start the game. Has made a nice defensive play at first. He takes ball 1. Well, the month of May challenging for the Giants in terms of the schedule. Not just sort of the strength of the opponents, but Giants have hardly been home in May. June's going to be a little different. Giants get a chance to be here at home more often, where they've played so well.
And well, we were fearful of the month of May.
Yeah. Buehler got the call there.
It's a generous call,
I would say.
Giants come into this game 10 games over 500, and you know, and confident despite all the injuries.
Wow, that one got Greg Gibson. Yikes.
That absolutely rocked him.
He says he's okay.
Oh, man, center cut. I mean, you got to be tough. And he is. And they just don't want the attention. They just kind of, I'm fine. Let's go. But I think you got to pay attention to that one here. This may come back a little bit later on.
Two and two to Wade, way outside.
Easy take. See the look on the face of Buehler, not happy with that 2-2 effort.
Ultimately, that really cost DeSclafani, didn't it?
Yeah.
Those pitches, those kind of pitches.
You know, you saw that pitch call a strike early in the game. Now 3-2, he's got to swing at it.
And one of the things the Giants like about Lamont Wade, he's got a good idea of the strike zone. A walk here would be a big play to start the inning. 3-2, and he does get the walk.
And you never want to walk a guy to start an inning off, especially if he's got speed. And Wade has speed.
Right fielder Mike Yastrzemski.
Well, this would be a good moment for a good at bat for Mike Yastrzemski, who's 0 for 2. Has had a lot of good at bats lately. Has not looked all that comfortable tonight against Buehler. He's got a lot of different weapons, Walker Buehler.
2 types of fastball, mid to high 90s, cutter. Really a big curveball. It's quick. Yeah, those are weapons. especially when you see the delivery that he throws, the high 3/4 release. I mean, you don't pick him up early. He's got the kind of fastball that's got carry, and he very effectively, very consistently can pitch above the letters. He can tell you it's coming. He almost did that his last outing in San Francisco. He lost his curveball, he lost his cutter, he lost his changeup, and he kind of just went with the fastball, and he just pounded the high part of the strike zone, and he was getting a lot of swings and misses. And that tells you, it gives you an idea of just how good that fastball is.
Lamont waited first, nobody out. But now 1-2 to Yaz, who takes way up and outside that curve.
Last weekend, the two fastballs the Giants saw with Trevor Bauer and then Walker Buehler, they may be the two best back-to-back fastballs they've seen all year. Both similar style guys that can pitch across the letters with carry.
2-2. Yastrzemski got under that one. He maybe just missed it. Mookie Betts for out number 1. Up comes Posey.
And you look at what Posey has done in his career. I mean, he's really been a great fastball hitter. Always has been the best fastball hitter on the Giants team. And a lot of the fastballs he hits are across the letters. I mean, he's their guy to beat the high fastball. And he looks forward to these matchups because of that strength. But he has not done to Bauer or Buehler what he's expected he's capable of doing.
Takes a fastball there. I still remember when Buster was really young, facing Aroldis Chapman, who at that point was so far and above everybody else. I mean, now we see all these high velocity guys. Aroldis Chapman was in a whole different league, and Buster was on him and hit some bullets against him when nobody else could make contact. He had a pretty good swing there on a fastball. Just a little bit late. It's 0-2.
I mean, you think about some of the great fastball hitters the Giants have had. I mean, Kevin Mitchell against Rob Dibble, that was always a matchup I wouldn't miss. Will Clark against Mitch Williams, I wouldn't miss those. Buster against Chapman, I mean, you didn't see it often, but when you did, it was always epic.
That showdown between Bonds and Gagne.
Well, that might have been the best at bat I ever saw.
I mean,
that was unbelievable.
I can still remember it. Oh, 2, way outside.
It was the best of the best. He's the best hitter at that time in the game, facing the best closer in the game, and it was game on.
I mean, we just didn't see 100 miles an hour back then, and Gagne was bringing it 100.
He had 4 pitches. Everyone was nasty.
Posey stays alive. That one got a piece of Will Smith. You know, we don't see the Giants activate the running game very often, but you said, Wade, with the speed, maybe now 1-2 you don't do it, but I actually thought when Posey came up, this would have been a rare spot maybe for the Giants to think about something like that.
Victor Gonzalez starting to throw.
2-2.
All right. Did he go? No. Manny Gonzalez, your perfect night's intact.
Full count.
2-2 cut. Not close.
Well, maybe. We'll see if Lamont Wade is going to take off. 3-2. Wade does go, and Posey fouls it back.
Too close to take.
I like it.
It's a good battle going on right here. This is a good matchup. Got a guy who's confident on the hill. You got a guy that's confident in the box. Both players with reputation. Both players enjoying the matchup.
Buster's got 9 home runs. 3-2. Wade goes again, and it's ball 4. So Posey takes the walk. The Giants have 2 on with 1 out.
It's a great take right there. Ray Gibson called it right. I mean, that's the same pitch that Will Smith took for ball 4. Just a breaking ball below the zone. And Buehler not happy with it. And Greg Gibson is a guy, you better be careful. Man, if you're a lip reader right now, you're having a blast.
All right, we brought it up, so we got to revisit it, don't we? April 16th, 2004, Gagne Bonds, and in the end, he took him deep.
Bonds tells a story. The previous winter, they went to Japan, and he was teasing Gagne. So if you're a guy that's going to throw me a bunch of pitches, how about if you just challenge me? In that at bat, Gagne threw an 0-2 curveball that was there, and he didn't get it. But he started pounding fastballs. Bonds hit one foul in the water, and then he winds up in a 2-strike count going deep to center. Yeah, that was an at bat he was working on for 7 months.
Dickerson takes ball 1, and I think it was a 3-run lead. So there was 1 man on base, I think, and so Gagne thought, well, if I'm ever going to just challenge him, here it is. And he didn't just throw only fastballs, but that last one was a fastball, and it went a long way. Pretty memorable.
I mean, what's the scheme? I mean, this game's all about the matchups.
Yep.
And when you get 2 premiers going at each other, it gets pretty macho. Because, like Madison Bumgarner, he didn't want to just strike you out. He wanted to 3-pitch you. He wanted to go good morning, good afternoon, and sit your tired butt down. That's what he wanted to do.
And that's why the Puig, Bumgarner, I mean, we've had so many of them in the history of this rivalry, but you could pick out more than just Yasiel Puig, but he's the one that comes to mind first.
Oh, yeah.
But you couldn't miss those.
It was you against me, baby.
Chance here for the Giants. 2 on, 1 out. Dickerson, their cleanup hitter, 0 for 2 tonight. He started, but he held up on that curve in the dirt. There have been signs here lately. Alex Dickerson is starting to heat up.
I keep expecting he's going to hit the ball 110 miles an hour every at bat now. And he's a guy that could beat the high fastball. .92-mile-an-hour cutter. Dickerson just underneath it.
So it's 2-2. Buehler's been trying in these kind of spots to get Dickerson to chase that ball down. See what he does here. Wade at second, Posey at first, 1 out. You got Crawford, who already has a double in this game, on deck. 2-2. He did get him to chase down. Muncy will get the out there. That's 1. The throw to first is not in time. So Dickerson fast enough and just didn't hit the ball hard to stay out of the double play. Giants keep the rally alive at least. 1st and 3rd, 2 down.
Now the guy who's had the best at bats against Buehler tonight stepping in the box. There's that lack of speed on the ground ball. Once he getting the force at second, takes a runner out of scoring position, but no chance for the double play. One thing about Dickerson, for a guy his size, he does run pretty well.
Well, looks like Dave Roberts is going to trust his guy. Why not? But you're right. Brandon Crawford's had the best at bats.
Double right field. He hit a bullet to left. It took Matt Beatty all the way to the wall to make the play.
Strike one. Will Smith giving some defensive signals. They've got the shortstop Lux shaded up the middle. Muncy playing a deep second base. Outfield is pretty much straight away and deep for Crawford. And got just enough in. Fouled it off. It's 0-2.
Yeah, he's back against the wall. He's going to that cutter a lot.
The 0-2 way high. My goodness. Will Smith. That one was spooky, I bet.
Well, the runner at third, you bet it is. I mean, you got to come out of a squat. You got to catch a ball that's over your head. And you're talking a high velocity miss.
And Dickerson took second base. Good play.
Crawford trying to make it a great play.
Giants only have 3 hits again tonight. Looking for a fourth right here. The 1-2. Crawford slashes at it and hits it to left field well. Going back on the ball and leaping up to make the catch. Tsutsugo robs Crawford. And Walker Buehler knows he got away with one. The Giants do not score. It's still.
Well, to celebrate a full return to Oracle Park, the ballpark will be rocking during Welcome Home Weekend, June 25th through the 27th. When the Giants take on the A's, post-game fireworks highlight the Orange Friday game, and you can grab a Mike Yastrzemski bobblehead presented by Bank of America on Saturday, and then Sunday, get a kid's baseball cap presented by Dignity Health. Go to sfgiants.com for tickets.
So we've had to wait all this time, and now we're just opening up the fire hose. Giveaways, fireworks, full ballpark. Tsutsugo against Caleb Berriger. Tie game, bottom of the 6th. Berriger got through Pujols in the 5th inning for a big out. Now starts clean here in the 6th. Tsutsugo. Foul ball, 1-1.
Yeah, they're going to be digging into the bobblehead vault. They're going to be pulling out some Pablos and a couple of Derek Rodriguez. I mean,
sometimes I go up to the attic just to see what I find.
Can't throw away a bobblehead. It's just not possible.
I got a lot of them.
They're too cool.
Well, Caleb Berriger's got to dig deep here and throw strikes. Bottom part of the order. And he has had a tough time throwing strikes.
He's going to take a walk. Think about it. Tsutsugo's got a good eye. I mean, he'll work you. And he's not a bad 2-strike hitter.
Peters on deck. 3-2. Ball 4.
Well, the All-Star Teacher Award presented by Provident Credit Unions is back for its 14th year. Go to NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST and check out Nina Portugal's profile from Life Academy, as well as all the other finalists. They're all good. And vote. We need your vote. Vote for the All-Star Teacher. The winner receives $20,000 for their school. Vote now, please.
So Buehler is finished. DJ Peters will pinch hit for the Dodgers starter. And you saw a shot of Gabe Kapler there. Gabe's talked a lot this year about when the Giants bullpen has struggled, it's often been the walk that's been the key. I mean, they preach up and down the pitching staff, but especially to the guys coming out of the bullpen. Strike one, pound the strike zone. Work fast, pound the strike zone. Peters right through the high fastball.
You look from the center field camera, and again, you're not that impressed with the velocity. What's the magic about? Well, it's cut. It's just a little 4-inch slide, and it gets in and it gets off the bat head.
Strike three called.
3 pitched him. Grab some pine meat. Just right through the heart. You have to remember, I mean, DJ Peters is a big fella. He's 6'6". That ball looked high, but it was below the belt.
All right, Mookie Betts against Berger. Goes after that first pitch. Fouled it back. Zach Littell getting ready in the bullpen. You got Muncy on deck, and then Turner and Smith. So you'd figure Berger at least through Muncy.
Yeah, he's thinking about Turner and Smith.
Good fastball.
Caleb Berger, the kid from Michigan.
Sort of came out of nowhere last year and became a big part of this Giants team. Betts pulled it foul. I mean, I think Berger's, he can't be predictable as a pitcher, but I do think he gets into more trouble with that fastball down than he does up. Just a foul ball, though. Posey checking on Tsutsugo. Betts got under it, popped it up. Posey has it lined up, and he'll make the catch.
He could not have thrown that cutter in a more perfect way. Just slides off the sweet spot, gets up there between the label and the sweet spot. And as you point out, I mean, it's so much more effective up. I mean, just aren't that many guys that can pitch up. And he's one of them.
Well, there's no greater challenge right now when you face the Dodgers, or maybe when you face anybody, than going after this guy. Tie game, 6th inning. Berger against Max Muncy. Started him with a slider. A couple outings earlier this year, we saw some pretty good sliders from Berger.
Yeah, it can be inconsistent.
He's working hard.
Problem with establishing a release point to take advantage of the high fastball, oftentimes it leaks into the command of your breaking ball, which when he misses high with a breaking ball, it's not a good pitch. I mean, ideally, you want to control the top of the lineup with the fastball and the knees with the slider. That's what you're looking for, but it hasn't been easy for him.
Well, 2 straight sliders out of the strike zone. 2-0 to Muncy. Now a fastball, challenge pitch. Muncy's nodding his head. Okay, he's a confident guy right now, Max Muncy.
Well, he is against the Giants. I don't care if he can be hitting $110. You have a 3-game series, he's going to get 6 hits and probably a home run or 2 or more.
The 2-1 slider Wow, that was close.
Yeah, they set the outside target. Had Buster been sitting on that inside target, they may have gotten the corner on the call, but you reach that far across, backhanded, rare you get it, especially at that height.
Three 1 pitch. Right on the outside, 3-2.
Perfect 3-1 location. He had a hop step towards first base thinking that's ball 4. And, well, once it's kind of like Brandon Bell, you don't argue with their eye.
Tsutsugo at first, ready to go. And he takes off. Muncy hits a high fly ball center field. Duggar all the way back to the wall, and he catches it. Sure. Got him, no problem. Good job, Caleb Berger. John comes back over and joins Mike. It's
all right, time now for our game summary. It's brought to you by Toyota. Through 6 full innings of play, it's all tied up 2 apiece. It's been a pitcher's duel. Anthony DeSclafani responded with a poor outing last week. He has pitched well tonight. He is out of the game, as is Walker Buehler. The big swings of the bat. Steven Duggar, 2 for 2 with a solo shot. And Matt Beatty for the Dodgers hit his second, a solo shot. And that brings us to a 2-2 tie. We're in the top of the 7th inning. That's our game summary by Toyota. And there's a new pitcher now. It is Mitch White. And here to tell you all about it, my partner and our Hall of Famer, John Miller.
All right, Mike. And Mitch White just up from the minor leagues yesterday. Donovan Solano 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. And the high fastball is lofted foul, out of play. Dodgers making the pitching change, and when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Solano to be followed by a couple of lefties, Vossler and Duggar. Solano an RBI back in the 2nd inning with a sacrifice fly to deep center. 1 ball and 1 strike now.
Mitch White from San Jose to Santa Clara. He's always been a starter in his minor league career.
Ooh, tight break on that one. 1-2 the count.
He's got 4 good pitches. Go mid to high 90s with his velocity. Last year got a cup of coffee, pitched 3 innings. That was his debut. So he's still a rookie. White, 26 years old. 6'4", 207-pounder.
And the dirt, 2-2. He was with Texas last year. Made his major league debut with the Rangers late last August. Or it was at Texas, I beg your pardon. So I know absolutely nothing about him.
It would be the first time the media guys lied to him.
And 1 away. Max Muncy throws him out. Solano is gone.
Third baseman Jason Vossler.
Mitch White, a lot in common with Pat Burrell, Kevin Franzen, in that they're Bells. They went to Bellarmine College Prep. Great baseball program down there.
Jason Vossler. The curveball. Ball 1. 2-2 the score. Zach Littell is warming up in the Giants bullpen. Did he swing? Well, the plate umpire made the call himself. Greg Gibson says yes.
That's a 1-0 curveball, and a good one. White not afraid to throw his pitches in any count. He just proved that. I mean, you know, Vossler is in 1-0 counts looking for a heater.
Well, there's the heater. 96. 2-1. Got one out over the plate that time, but found it. 2-2. The Astros, by the way, have tied the Padres. Padres got a run in the 10th inning in Houston. And a blown save for Mark Melancon. That might be his first. I mean, he's been money for the Padres.
I think he's got 17 saves prior to tonight.
At the knees. Struck him out looking.
That's a hat trick for Vossler. Let's take a look at the payout pitch for Mitch White. Two-seam movement. You can't throw it in a more perfect place. And Will Smith never had to move the glove. That's pain.
2 down, nobody on. Steven Duggar, who has singled and homered. He's been the man for the Giants tonight. He and Crawford have been swinging the bats really well against Buehler. Talkman on deck.
Take a look at the hanging breaking ball from Walker Buehler. Just a really nice, well-balanced swing from Steven Duggar. Backspin to right over the wall.
Right on the corner. 1-1.
White is carving right now. Former second-round pick.
One and two, 96 miles an hour under the hands there.
Yeah, he's showing he's got second-round stuff. Through 294 innings in the minor leagues, had 311 strikeouts against 102 walks.
There's that spiking curveball, but Duggar laid off. Man, Duggar, he's just like a new man, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's the most confident we've ever seen him.
Dodgers have the overshift on the infield against him.
He doesn't think he can hit. He knows he can hit.
Outfield is deep, bunched up towards center. He struck him out. The Giants go down in order against White. Very impressive. Turner, Smith, and Lux are coming.
All right, time now for our BMW Ultimate Performer on this date in 2006. Barry Bonds hit home run number 715 to pass Babe Ruth. It was a 445-foot bomb to center field off the Rockies' Young Kim. Sutton Nikolai there to greet him at home plate. May 28th's got some pretty amazing historical moments in Giants history. Willie Mays' first career home run after starting 0 for 12. Mike Ivey pinch hit grand slam off Don Sutton. Barry Bonds intentional walk with the bases loaded in the 9th inning. And then he passed Babe Ruth. And don't forget, in 1957, the National League owners voted to allow the Giants and Dodgers to move to California. All on May 28th. How about that?
Willie Mays.
Mel Allen used to say.
I enjoy any note that has Willie Mays' name in it.
Or Zach Littell, who's the new pitcher now for the Giants.
He's done pretty well for the Giants. Faces some dangerous hitters here, starting with Justin Turner, and he throws him a called strike.
Saw the numbers for Zach Littell. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
Crawford, nicely done.
Really knew had time. Turner not a blazer down the line.
I like it when it looks artistic like that.
Well, we've enjoyed watching Brandon Crawford play for 10 years, and he's as stylish a player as we've ever seen.
Will Smith now. Smith coaxed a couple of walks out of DeSclafani after hitting a fly ball to center in the first inning. Brandon Crawford. He's got some gold gloves in his trophy room. Been one of the premier shortstops in the National League for many years. Ball one to Will Smith. 2-2 the score, last of the seventh. Two and 0 now. Three and 0.
Smith's got a good eye. I mean, he's not going to help you. Rare that he goes out of the strike zone. Very quick middle end.
Smith started the night with a .364 on base average. Well, that's his third straight walk. Now a quick word powered by Cisco WebEx. One out, one on for the Dodgers, and the dangerous Gavin Lux to the plate. Lux 0 for 3, although he hit one pretty deep to center back in the fifth inning. That stayed in the yard, caught by Duggar on the warning track. 1 ball and no strikes, facing Zach Littell with Smith at first. Three-walk game for Will Smith. That's a career record for him. Most times that he has walked in a game. Ooh. Foul ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Houston got the 1 run to tie the Padres in the 10th inning. And then the Padres came up in the 11th inning and they immediately have scored. Two and 1 now. So that is 4-3 Padres, and they're still batting in the 11th inning in Houston. Nope. 3 and 1. The right-handed hitting Chris Taylor is on deck. Giants 2, Dodgers 2. Dodgers have action going in their bullpen. Well, he came after him, 96 miles an hour, and a foul ball.
I mean, you don't want to make a habit of put yourself in those 3-1 counts where you have to challenge to that location. Talk about the confidence that has found Steven Duggar. Well, you can say the same thing about Gavin Lux. I mean, he really got off to a slow start after a lot of hype coming out of the minor leagues that he just tore up, and he's starting to find himself. He's hitting with confidence.
Nice pick up there by Wade. 1 at second, back to first, not in time with Littell over covering. There was some great defense being played there, but Lux, he's a very fast runner. That's the only reason they didn't get the double play.
Yeah, it's not often he gets doubled up because of that speed. But the point you make about Wade, you know, he loses his feet, gets up quickly, and rifles a strike right to the chest of Crawford. And tip of the cap to Littell to get over there and cover first. There's a lot of shortstop that won't make the throw to a pitcher covering first. They just won't do it. Pitcher's momentum's coming over to the bag. You know, they have coverage to the right because of the momentum. They can't come back to their left, and shortstops get a lot of air on that play. But Crawford, fearless.
So now Chris Taylor, 2 down, runner at first. 2-2 the score. And Lux is back to the bag. And how about the the range there by Lamont Wade. I mean, that's Lux, left-handed hitter, trying to pull one through that open hole with Wade holding against the runner, and he got it. Quick throw there. Lux is back.
Quick throw, quick tag.
Wade apparently played a lot of first base in college. That was a position he played regularly there.
I'm not surprised. I mean, he certainly has learned the dance of the first base position. His footwork has been very good. He's had a nice night. 2 walks and 3 at-bats. Played a good, clean first base.
2 down, runner at first. Right at the knees. 0-1.
I know one thing. After what the Giants have seen with Wade tonight, they won't hesitate putting him back out there again.
Dwayne Kuiper and I did a game in spring training in Goodyear where he played first base, and he looked a lot like we've seen him tonight in that game.
Looks relaxed. This is a generation where managers and organizations ask a lot of their players at the big league level. There's a lot of guys now in the game that are super utility players. They can play both positions in the middle of the infield. They can play center field. They can play first base, corner out. They can play anywhere. And they're trained in the minor leagues to do that. By the time they get to the big leagues, they're comfortable with it.
Really jammed him big time. And Crawford throws out Taylor. Kept his foot in the bag, did Wade. And we're going to the 8th inning now. Still 2-2. Wade due up.
Well, here's a look for the T-Mobile coverage cam. Our coverage cam at Dodger Stadium is the Backstop RoboCam. Located behind home plate, the Backstop RoboCamera will provide great shots of the playing field and give viewers a view from the box seats. It's a great look.
Two to 2, top of the 8th inning. And Blake Trinan on to pitch now for the Dodgers when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
Trinan has some of the best stuff on this Dodger team. High velocity, 2 types of fastball, big time sink on the fastball. He'll shut it, he's got a slider, and there's that sinker we're talking about. He opens it up with 97.
To Mike Tauchman, the pinch hitter for Zach Littell.
He didn't miss by much.
Lamont Wade on deck. Got the high strike there. 1-1. Mitch White pitched an impressive 7th inning, 3 up, 3 down. Now Trinan, the 3rd Dodger pitcher of the game. He pitched a scoreless 8th inning last night. High and foul. And you can see Tauchman looked a little disappointed that he didn't do more with that fastball. It was right out over the plate.
Well, how do you hit a sinker ball, especially high velocity? Well, you look up, and he got one up, and he missed it.
Tauchman faced Trinan in a similar spot last night and struck out. Again, a foul out of play off the left field side. Here is Lamont Wade Jr., another lefty on deck. Yastrzemski, also a lefty, due up 3rd in the inning. The Giants, who have only 3 hits in this game. That's the same number they had last night.
Got underneath that one. Saw Mike Yastrzemski thinking about his game plan.
And that's all.
So he comes at him and finishes him off with 93-mile-an-hour cut. Not a big break. Just about a 6-inch slide. Not a lot of tilt, but it's not designed to have tilt. And he got what he was looking for, a swing and a miss.
Lamont Wade Jr. hitting leadoff for the Giants, and he's walked twice in 3 plate appearances. And that was what Gabe Kapler talked about before the game as to why Wade was in the lineup. And he's always been a guy who will work a count. Good idea of the strike zone. Gets his fair share of walks. Tonight, 2 walks against Buehler.
And uses the whole field.
Yastrzemski on deck. 1 out, nobody on. There's a bunt, but foul. The Dodgers have 3 infielders swung to the right and only Turner on the left side.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to go down that third base line, taking on Turner. We'll never know.
Turner was on that side of the infield. There you see now Turner's going to the right side and Lux has gone back to short.
And they shift back an 0-2 count.
Nasty breaking ball there, but he took it. 1-2. And that hit him. Ouch. Hope he's okay. He's trotting to first base.
Well, the fact that he's trotting to first base, I take that as a good sign. Breaking ball. I mean, you're trying to throw a back foot breaking ball, but not literally. It's looks like it may have hit the ground first and then skimmed off the top of his foot, but ouch. Upon further review, he got a pretty good piece of him. But hey, it's a base runner. They'll take it.
Jake McGee, a left-hander, is now warming up in the Giants bullpen. We're in the 8th. Here's Yaz. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Grounded out a couple of times and flied out to shallow right center. That was not a foul, and Wade goes to second.
That's rare. It's rare when you see a catcher miss a breaking ball that doesn't go in the dirt. They set an outside corner, and that's just a miss. That's a pass ball.
Well, that's the second pass ball of the night for Will Smith. Although I think in the first one he probably got crossed up, as I recall, back in the second inning.
You can't blame a catcher for that.
But they gave him the pass ball in the second inning, and that run was scored as an unearned run as a result. Base hit can put the Giants ahead now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Buster Posey on deck. Giants have only 3 hits in the game and only 6 hits in the first 2 games of this series. They got several guys who are due. Look out. Throw down to second, and Wade is back. The ball was dropped anyway by Lux.
Yeah, you don't want to be a rookie getting picked off in a tie ball game in this series. Will Smith sees an opportunity, not afraid to show off the arm. Can see what he sees, an opportunity. If Wade gets picked off there, he's got to go sit in the bullpen. They won't let him back in the dugout.
2 balls and a strike to Yaz. Base hit could put the Giants ahead, but base hits have been hard to come by in this game and in this series. Chased it. 2-2.
Staying with that breaking ball.
And it's a good one.
You know, it's a big one. And when Yastrzemski sees this out of the hand, he's thinking this is a pitch for me to hit. And then it absolutely just disappears. Everything he throws is quality.
2-2 to Yaz. There's another one. Did he swing? No, says Dan Merzel. 3-2.
Steady dive to breaking ball. Almost clipped the back foot of Yastrzemski. No swing there. Not close.
Well, Buster Posey's on deck. So we'll see what Trinan has in mind for Yaz here. Lamont Wade Jr., the possible go-ahead run at second. And went back to that breaking ball again. Yaz got a piece of this one.
And they think they have a weakness that they can pitch to. I mean, that breaking ball there had a lot of strike zone. I mean, that had some hang to it.
Well, this has become a long inning for Trinan. This will be his 17th pitch. The third hitter of the inning. 3-2 the count. And it's ball 4.
Great bat.
So 2 men on with Posey coming up. 1 man out.
Catcher number 28, Buster.
And Will Smith out to speak to Trinan. Buster is 0 for 2 with a walk. Buster has just 1 hit so far on this road trip in 11 at bats.
Nine homers, 18 RBIs. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Giants have set the table for him.
Giants have not had a hit with a runner in scoring position tonight. Not that they've had that many at bats. They're 0 for 4 as a team. They only had 1 such at bat last night. 2 on, 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes.
Dodger outfielders don't have really strong arms, but they have quick releases and they have accurate arms. They've got good speed with Wade at second base, although remember he did get hit in the foot with a pitch. That's what put him on base. And according to that was a strike.
Deep. Tsutsugo at the wall, and goodbye. That is the first hit for Buster Posey in his career against Blake Trinan, and it's a tie-breaking 3-run homer. 10th home run of the season for Buster. Wow, what a moment.
And what type of a swing beats sink? Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. You want a hitter that's got an inside-out swing. And that's a sinker that didn't sink. You look for a sinker that stays up. He got one at the belt, and he proceeds to hit home run number 10. Just high, majestic, just a big fly.
Dickerson, and he rips one foul down the right field line. Wow, what a moment in this game for Buster Posey, who had only had 1 hit so far this week on the road trip and never had a hit in his career against this. He was 0 for 11.
Well, they set the table for him and he cashed it in.
Oh, and 2 now to Dickerson.
Let's take a look at the location. I mean, that's right there at the belt. That's going to elevate on contact. And this is the fun part, coming back to the dugout.
And there's that sharp slider for a ball.
150th career homer. So that ranks him 11 in San Francisco Giants history.
Too high.
And he did it against the Dodgers in LA to give his club a run, or a 3-run lead. Doubtful he's going to be able to get that ball back, though.
Oh, come on.
You know, when you barter with the Dodger fans in left field, it ain't easy.
Three and two the count now to Dickerson. This has been a very stressful inning for Trinan. This will be his 25th pitch of the inning. 3 runs are in. Shallow right. Muncy. And he was out there to begin with. That's the second out. And now Brandon Crawford. And Crawford has been swinging the bat great all night long. All of his at-bats against Buehler.
Brandon Crawford.
Posey and Longoria, a couple of guys who've been around for a while.
25 years of experience right there between those two guys. Here comes Dave Roberts. That's going to be it for Trinan.
They have the young right-hander Edwin Uceta, who had started throwing in the bullpen. Apparently he's going to come in now. The pitcher's spot is due up third in the last half of this inning, so it looks like it's going to be a double switch as well. And Sheldon Noisy is going to go into the game. 2 down, bases empty, 3 runs home, courtesy of Buster Posey. 5-2 Giants. 5-2 Giants here in the 8th inning. 3 runs have scored in the inning. The Dodgers make the pitching change. When it's time for a change, think Speedy, oil change and auto service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up and brake experts.
Edwin Uceta coming in right now. And he's a guy, he's a swing guy. I mean, he starts games for you. Effective out of the bullpen, 3-pitch guy. You're going to see big-time sink with a fastball that goes low to mid-90s. He's got a slider and a changeup. Not a big guy. I mean, 6 feet tall, 160 pounds. He's built like a shortstop.
Oh. Chased. 1 ball, 1 strike.
But he's got sink, and sink will make you climb the ladder to get to the big leagues quickly.
He's had a hard time throwing strikes in his young big league career.
I mean, he's one of those guys that has too much movement. You think, well, gee, what a great problem to have, but it has been difficult for him.
Crawford has clobbered the ball 3 times. A double off the wall in right in the 2nd, a deep fly ball to left in the 4th, and another deep fly ball to left in the 6th. Shallow left this time, and Tsutsugo. The inning is over. Jake McGee, it looks like, will be coming in. Buster Posey with a 2-2 tie, and tell it bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. His 10th home run of the year, and now the Giants are leading 5-2 as we go to the last of the.
Powered by Cisco WebEx, this is Greg Papa inviting you to join us right after the game for Toyota Giants Postgame Live. It'll be 3 men in a studio. I'll be joined by both Randy Wynn and our Giants insider, Alex Pavlovich, for a full recap of Game 2 of the series. We'll get you ready for tomorrow's return in Game 3 of right-hander Logan Webb. We'll see you right after the game.
Giants 5, Dodgers 2, last of the 8th inning. And for the Giants, Jake McGee in from the bullpen. So McGee, who has had the most saves on the staff, but lately especially, Gabe Kapler has been using his bullpen where he feels the matchups work best at the end of the game. So sometimes McGee in the 8th and Rogers in the 9th, or vice versa. This is a McGee in the 8th with Albert Pujols leading it off, taking a called strike. Tsutsugo, the left-handed hitter, is on deck. Albert came in as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning and flied out to shallow left. McGee, who received a World Series ring tonight before the game. Dodgers had a private ceremony where they presented Jake McGee and Alex Wood, 2 Giants who were Dodgers last year, and they got their World Series rings tonight. 0-2 to Albert.
That's a great day when you get a ring. One you don't forget.
Too high. Well, I know when it was a different scenario where the Giants had guys who helped them win World Series rings who had gone to other teams, and it was quite a moment to present those guys, those former teammates, with their rings. 2-2. I remember Juan Uribe.
That was a good one.
And he got introduced, and he broke down into tears. The fans gave him a standing ovation here, and he went out to the pitcher's mound or to first, wherever he went, and the fans gave him a standing ovation, and there he was in his Dodger uniform being cheered by Giants fans. Thanks for the memories.
And he had cried since he was 3 years old.
I don't think he had. Well, he's missed up now 3 times, and Albert has not swung yet. 3-2. Then his first at bat, he got hit on the back foot.
It was like, all right, that's it. That's the love affair's over.
I think he might have got hit again on the foot later in the same game too. 3-2. Well, wow. McGee never threw another strike after getting ahead of Pujols. 0-2. A lot of walks allowed by Giants pitching tonight. That is the 7th walk given up by the Giants. Here is Tsutsugo.
It doesn't usually happen. You usually don't create opportunity for free. Well, that's the beauty of a 3-run lead. So you have to just get on with it. Go on to the next guy.
Tsutsugo has struck out, hit into a fielder's choice, and walked. And wow, after he missed high with 4 straight pitches, Tsutsugo goes up there and swings at a high fastball out of the zone.
Swing mode. He was going up in that box and he was swinging. He could have thrown a 4-hopper. He'd have swung at it.
Veteran of the Yokohama Bay Stars, Japanese Central League. That's a high foul, and coming over from third base was Fosler, but it's back behind the Dodger dugout.
That's one thing about the swing. Swing mode can make you look goofy. You know, you just go up there, I'm swinging. And, you know, I mean, guys swinging stuff that just isn't even close. That's the only way you can explain it. Swing mode. You used to be able to have a hit and run where you could say a guy swung a ball that was weird, but now that's just about gone. We haven't seen a hit and run in about 2 years. But swing mode now, that's the deal.
Foul tip. That one bounced off Posey's glove, and then he wanted to catch the carom.
A good play. We've seen some weird plays in baseball this week.
There was one
in Pittsburgh,
especially, that was maybe the weirdest I've ever seen.
It was weird.
0-2 the count to Tsutsugo. Right there, strike 3 called. What a bad time to quit being in swing mode.
Well, I think he was I'm looking for a breaking ball mode, and he wound up shooting 96 right through him. So he never did see a breaking ball. And that's not something that's unusual for McGee. I mean, he likes that fastball.
So now Sheldon Noisy will come up. 5-2 Giants here, last of the 8th. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the order coming up next. Noisy up for the first time. Hitting 179 for the year. He's got power, though. Ball 1. Wow. San Diego Padres were in extra innings in Houston. They scored a run in the 10th, but so did the Astros. In the 11th, they scored 7.
Wow.
And they won that game 10-3 in 11 innings. Yastrzemski back a little bit. Plenty of room. Halfway to second was Pujols, so he's got to go back. 2 down. Chalkman, by the way, I don't know if we mentioned Chalkman stayed in to play left field for the Giants in this inning. Part of a double switch as Mookie Betts comes up. Talkman in the 9th spot in the order, and McGee goes in where Dickerson had been in the 4th spot. Giants will have Solano, Vossler, and Duggar due up in the 9th. 2 down. Mookie Betts is 0 for 4 in this game. A pop up, and Lamont Wade Jr. And we're headed to the 9th inning. Mookie Betts has an 0 for 5 going. Donovan Solano to lead off in the 9th for the Giants, who lead 5-2.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Inning number 9, and Uceta back after getting the final out of the 8th inning. And the curveball in there for a strike to Donovan Solano at 79 miles an hour. Solano knocked in the first run of the game with a long sacrifice fly to center in the 2nd. Has popped out and grounded out since. 0-2. Go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say, when Solano's going good, I mean, he's got a great opposite field approach, and he's a great high ball hitter. He's only 5'8". And when you make a mistake middle away, bell high to the letters on his chest, I mean, that's his zone. The other thing too, when he's going good, as we saw in Arizona, he had an at bat where he hit the ball to right field, really drove the ball. That was one of the first times he's done that. He's been looking for a swing, but since that swing, he's had good plate coverage. He's had strength on the outside part of the plate, and he's driving the ball. He's not slapping it.
He started the game-winning rally in the 8th inning with that double down the right field line the other night in Arizona. Ooh, nasty.
That's just big time sink.
89 miles an hour. So 1 down, and Vossler.
Third baseman number 32, Jason
This
Vossler.
thing, 2 seamen, I mean, that's just a gift. I mean, for the most part, guys either have the sink or they don't. I mean, you can enhance it a little bit, but that's a gift.
Dodgers have the overshift on for Vossler. Vossler has struck out every time he's going to the plate tonight. Justin Turner almost all the way to home plate to catch this one. 2 down. And here comes Duggar.
Center fielder number 6, Steven Duggar.
Duggar has clobbered the ball twice, a line drive single in the 3rd and a home run as Tyler Rogers gets ready in the Giants bullpen for the last of the 9th. And he'll have to run the gauntlet. The Dodgers are scheduled to have Muncy, Turner, and Smith. Gavin Lux due up 4th. There it is again. 0-1.
When he starts that thing off right there above the knees, if you're swinging at that one, by the time you commit to it, it's going to be down around your ankles.
Wow.
It's just big movement.
0-2.
And movement like that, I mean, you don't have to have high 90s velocity. I mean, if you do, like trying it, I mean, it's a great thing. You don't see that very often, but this is quick movement. And when it starts to sink, it gets heavy.
Well, there it was again. And he swung at all 3 of them. The Giants go down in order. Muncy, Turner, and Smith, and Tyler Rogers will come in for the bullpen. Giants 5, Dodgers 2. The Giants with a few changes in addition to Tyler Rogers coming in. There's Tyler, who has just been sensational.
27th time he's come in. I mean, he's been a workhorse. 0.68 ERA, He's got 6 saves now in the year. We're talking between innings about the white shoes of Tyler Rogers, and you take a look at his release point down there, shoe top high, you understand why he puts the white shoes on. White baseball, white shoes, a lot of things down there around the feet that could be a bit of a distraction to a hitter.
The Giants also have a new second baseman and a new third baseman. A couple of defensive replacements with Dubon now at second and Evan Longoria now at third as Max Muncy leads off. Tyler Rogers 2 nights ago had a very stressful go of it in Arizona and yet prevailed. In that game he had a 1-run lead and had to get out of a bases loaded 1-out jam, and he did. This is Lamont Wade Jr. Beautiful feed right to Rogers. 1 away on 1 pitch. That may never happen again.
Well, we talk about the dance of first base. You have to learn if you're going to be a good first baseman. And this play was awkward because he had to come in and then he had to shovel a little flip to Rogers coming over. And Rogers, I mean, you know, he is running over and he's got to concentrate on getting that ball. So you don't have a great view of first base when you're running over. See the head turn to get the ball. And this is a perfect feed, chest high right to the glove. And that's what made the play.
So a nice night at first base for Lamont Wade Jr. Here's Justin Turner. And he swung at it. Strike 1. He tried to check. Couldn't do it.
Take a look at the white shoes and then the white ball, and yeah. Let's see Turner go down there and break a swing down like that very often.
That's a foul out of play. Strike 2. Turner is 2 for 4, 2 singles. And he scored the tying run back in the 5th inning that tied it at 2. Dodgers have not had a hit since the 5th inning. Chris Taylor singled Turner home in the 5th inning. That tied the game.
Great 0-2 pitch right there. Just throw a little 70-mile-an-hour frisbee that kind of flattens out, runs across the plate. That was not an easy take.
Right through the middle, base hit.
And I think he was trying to do that with a 2-strike count. Talking earlier about how good a bat control he has, and he just showed it in that bat. Right over the mound, almost over the second base.
Now Will Smith, who has not had a hit tonight, but he's had 3 walks for the first time in his career. He's 0 for 1 and 3 consecutive walks. And holding at first is Justin Turner. Wow, he got the call on that one.
I haven't seen many gifts that wide. But hey, right now, Tyler Rogers will take any strike he could get. What he'd like to get is a nice 3-hopper to Brandon Crawford. Hit hard enough to get a double play.
And the rising slider. 2-1. Gavin Lux on deck. Dodgers, with one more base runner, would be able to send a possible tying run to the plate. Knocked down by Dubon, and he's got no play. Dubon, who went in there as a defensive replacement.
That's been ruled a base hit. Ball comes up high to his backhand. right around the waist. And that's one that's going to haunt him a little bit. Got to be a little bit of a wrestling match, but it hits him right in the sweet spot of the glove, and he can't hang on. So gets a little more interesting.
And Gavin Lux comes up. He is the possible tying run. Lux is 0 for 4 so far tonight. 2 ground outs and 2 fly balls. Right there, outside corner, 0-1.
Everybody, clap your hands.
Turner at second, Smith at first.
Clap your hands.
Crawford playing well over toward the middle. At shortstop. And that stays foul.
It's hard to do. Hit a ball straight down and have a stop. That's, I mean, you go through a few buckets of balls and not do that.
The pitcher's spot is due up next, and Austin Barnes has come out on deck. He is the final Dodgers non-pitcher on the bench. 0-2 to Lux. The outfield they're really bunched up towards center, and Yaz, the right fielder, is way over into right center. Lamont Wade, there's one, and no chance to double up the speedy Lux. So Turner to third. 2 down.
For the Dodgers.
Take a look at the play from Wade. Perfect strike over to Crawford. No chance to get Lux on the back end. I don't even know if Rogers got over there in time to cover. So they're going to talk about it. One thing about Austin Barnes, he uses the middle of the field. I mean, he's a guy that puts the ball in play. He's a grinder.
Kenley Jansen has started to warm up in the Dodger bullpen just in case. But Bailey talking to Rogers, and the Giants all gathered around. The entire infield plus the catcher Posey all out there as part of this meeting. 2 men on, 2 men out, last of the night. The Giants leading 5-2. So here is Barnes. 247 average, 1 home run, which he hit against the Giants over the weekend here in San Francisco. Off the outside as Lux took second. Uncontested. The outfield is bunched up towards center. Both the left fielder Chalkman and the right fielder Yastrzemski way off their respective foul line, especially Yaz. Going back is Chalkman, and this game is tied. Austin Barnes with his 2nd home run of the year, and both of them have been against the Giants.
Out of absolutely nowhere, a guy with 1 homer on the year comes up and hits a guy who just doesn't give up many homers, and we get a brand new ball game. And for Tyler Rogers, you got to let it go, and you got to get the next guy.
Albert Pujols, who's hit 668 career homers. 0-1. Only the 2nd home run allowed by Rogers this year in 27 1/3 innings.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost 4 against the Dodgers so far this year, and it goes back into last year to where they've lost 6 in a row, 11 of the last 22. And you see the mistake. They set an outside target. This goes up and in at the belt, or actually belt high, middle in. And Rogers can't believe it.
One and two. Well, a shocking turn of events here. The Giants with a 3-run lead, and Rogers, who has been money in the late innings. And there was just a moment there when Lux hit the ground ball to first that you thought maybe inning-ending, game-ending double play. But Lux was safe, and then Austin Barnes, maybe the most unlikely of all the Dodgers to be the guy to hit the home run to tie it. And this one is caught by Tauchman. He robbed him. Albert Pujols came that close, and he may just be finding out right now that that was not a home run. Mike Tauchman keeps the Giants alive in this one.
Well, Austin Barnes stuns the Giants, and Mike Tauchman just stuns the Dodgers. I mean, complete extension, and pockets it right in the sweet spot.
Tauchman will lead it off in the 10th inning with Duggar at second base. We go to the 10th. For the Giants, Mike Tauchman, who just saved them. That ball was gone and the game was over. Dodgers win. And Mike Tauchman robbed Albert Pujols. And now he will lead it off with Kenley Jansen on to pitch for the Dodgers.
Let's take a look at that catch one more time. That's how good it was. Measures, times his leap perfectly, high backhander, sweet spot. I mean, it didn't even rattle around. It stuck like Velcro. And Albert Pujols thought it was over the wall. And look at the reaction from Rogers. All right. We've got life.
So the Giants, who saw the Dodgers get those 3 runs, and although Rogers gave up the 3-run homer that tied the ball game, maybe he didn't get as much help from the defense as the Giants would have liked.
Take a look at what the league is hitting against Jansen this year, under 100. He has been dominant with 26 strikeouts and 21 2/3. The one blemish on the report card, 15 walks in 21 innings. It's not really characteristic of what he has done in his career. He's been a strike thrower.
He's only allowed 5 hits. Duggar is the runner at second. The automatic runner for extra innings. They say that Kenley Jansen does not like having that runner at second base, that he's gets very uptight that the guy is relaying signs to the hitter.
Well, I mean, he's pretty much a one-pitch guy. I mean, he's got a regular fastball, he's got a curveball, he's got and his curveball is a good one. But when you're taking your bat against Jansen, you're not looking for anything but a cut fastball, low 90s. Giants need a productive out here. It's the very least that can happen. Jansen's pitching for the strikeout.
And he gets a lot of them. Too low again. 2-0. Lamont Wade Jr. on deck. Lux is playing well over toward the middle, right behind Duggar, the Dodgers shortstop. You see him there, number 9. Outfield is bunched toward center. Two and one now.
And I think for Jansen, every time he pitches against a left-handed hitter, he's thinking the same thing. He wants to throw the cutter. He wants to throw it inside corner. He wants to throw it at the hands.
Austin Barnes, a 3-run homer. What a moment for a guy who rarely hits home runs. That's too low. 3-1.
Great speed with Duggar at second. Ron Wodos, the Giants' third base coach, knows the arms and the Dodgers outfield aren't overpowering, but they are quick and they are accurate.
Tsutsugo in left, Betts in center, Noisy in right.
Noisy has the best arm of the outfielders.
Tsutsugo and Duggar does not move up, so wasted out.
Number 31, Lamont Wade Jr.
As good as a strikeout for Kenley Jansen.
Sam checked the card he has in his pocket, looking at which set of signs he wants to use. Then he looked into Will Smith and held up one, so they're using the first set of signs. First set of sign could be first sign after 2, could be last sign, could be first sign, could be a pump system. There's 1,000 different ways you can put down signs.
Inside corner at the knees. Lamont Wade's been on base 3 times tonight. He's drawn 2 walks, and then he started the 3-run 8th inning rally when he got hit on the back foot by that Blake Trinan back foot slider. That started the 3-run rally, so he scored the 1 run. Look out.
I don't know how he got out of the way of that. Jansen's trying to put that fastball in on the hands. Here he starts it off inside with the movement going to work its way towards the hitter, and Wade, well, I want him on my dodgeball team.
One and two. Wade has had 3 hits in 12 official at-bats for the Giants this year. 2 singles and a double. Right center field. That's going to get it done. Noisy up with it. Duggar will score easily, and the Giants are back ahead 6-5.
A nice 2-strike money at bat where he knocks in the run, and to do it against Kenley Jansen when you don't have a lot of personal history against the guy, and that makes it even better. Take a look at the location though. It was middle in and not a lot of movement on it, and Wade in a protect mode finds a gap, and Steven Duggar waltzes in. So you take the lead and a chance now to add. This format with the extra inning where you start a runner at second base, I mean, you've got to get greedy. You got to think a crooked number, not just one.
The Dodgers will get that same gift 1 ball, no strikes. The Dodgers, by the way, their runner would be Albert Pujols. And they don't have any bench players left other than pitchers.
Well, that would be a big bonus to the Giants because Pujols has none speed.
Look out. And that will move Lamont Wade Jr. to second. And he takes the big turn. That's a wild pitch.
I mean, we've seen Jansen go from everything from balls in the dirt at the feet with the cutter. And here's a cutter that Will Smith had no chance at. So he's all over the place with his release point tonight. Talked about the number of walks he's had this year that really are uncharacteristic of what he's done in his career. He's in his 11th year. Has never been known for a guy who can't throw strikes.
2-0 the count to Yaz. And 3-0 with Buster Posey on deck.
He's got Buster. He's got the best numbers of any Giant against Jansen. 8 for 24, all singles, but hey, 8 hits against Jansen. That'll get you a job in about 35 states.
Six to 5 Giants. 1 out, runner at second. And that's ball 4. Second straight time that Yastrzemski has walked. And here comes Buster. He came up with 2 men on. The same 2, Wade and Yaz, in the 8th inning and hit a 3-run homer against Blake Trinan.
Good speed on the base pass for the Giants. I'm looking at my notes here. I said there were 3 arms that weren't great. Well, there is a great one. They brought Noisy into the game in right field. He has an exceptional arm. So right field has got the best arm for the Dodgers in this alignment.
In the dirt. Evan Longoria, who came in the 4th spot in the order where the pitcher had been. So he is on deck. Pretty good rip, but a foul out of play.
Good cutter there. Ideally here, he wants to start that thing just a little inside the outside corner and have the movement take it off the plate. The other thing too that Jansen will do with that cutter, he'll take out the inside corner to right-handers too. Very Mariano Rivera-like. But that's when he has his normal command. He has not shown that type of command tonight.
He hit it very hard, but very foul.
He tried to go inside corner there, and that was a hanger. 8th inning, the big swing of the bat for the Giants was a 3-run homer off of Blake Trinan. And Trinan couldn't believe it. Well, one smile is worth 1,000 words.
Giants home run leaders. Brandon Crawford with 11. Buster Posey now with 10. A ball and 2 strikes to Buster. That's Wade at second, Yastrzemski at first. They both run pretty well. And now that is the emergency swing.
That's a good. That's world class right there. I mean, Buster Posey is an exceptional cricket player, and he's never played the game, but he just proved it on that swing. All right, let's take a look at how he stayed alive. There you go.
Both bullpens are busy now. And that's all for Buster.
And that's the rare curveball that he'll throw every once in a while, and he sneak attacks a guy, and he gets Posey with it. I mean, that's just a 12-6 break. It's a good one. But he breaks it out, throws it in a perfect spot. Posey can't get to it.
The Giants have the left-hander Harleen Garcia warming up in their bullpen for the last of the 10th. Evan Longoria now up for the first time in this game. Longoria hit a home run last night in the 4th inning of that game. And he hit it against a guy that throws pretty hard, Joe Kelly. Right now, the Giants would take a single to the outfield to just get another run home. 2 on, 2 out. Ball 1. Dodgers have Phil Bickford, a right-hander, heating up in their bullpen. There's Harleen Garcia getting ready for the last of the 10th in the Giants' pen. 6-5 Giants. Remember, the Dodgers will start their inning with a runner at second base. Came right after him. 1-1.
Well, he was trying to put 3 runs on the board with that swing. But hey, you got 1-0 count against a guy who's pretty predictable what you're going to see. Why not gamble? And he had a good pitch to hit.
He's hit a couple of home runs on this road trip. Hit a spectacular home run in Arizona on Tuesday night. Going back. Noisy still going back. It's over his head. Wade scores. Wotus is waving Yastrzemski home. A 2-run double for Evan Longoria. 8-5 Giants, and what a big hit that was.
I mean, how many times have we said that about Longoria? I mean, I'm talking about since the first day of spring training that he has gone to right field. That is not a hanger. That's on the outside corner with a cut. That's movement going away from him. He backspins this one, and he gets it over Noisy's head. I mean, that's just an outstanding at bat. And we've seen it so consistently with Longoria since the beginning of this year. And what a time to come up with it now. And then right just like that, the Giants have a 3-run lead again.
Dave Roberts comes out with the hook for Kenley Jansen. The Giants get 3 on the board against Kenley. And Longoria at second. Brandon Cron. 3 runs home for the Giants here in the first half of the 10th inning. They lead 8-5. And they have knocked Kenley Jansen out of the game. So here is Phil Bickford on for the Dodgers.
4th time that he has come in this year. 2 2/3 innings. See the ERA. Bickford, a former first-round pick by the Giants in the 2015 draft.
He last worked on Tuesday in Houston. And threw 1 inning, threw 30 pitches in that 1 inning, and gave up a run on 2 hits. Made his major league debut last year with the Milwaukee Brewers. Ground ball, and Lux just in time to force out Brandon Crawford, who I guess we should have mentioned. Crawford was given the automatic walk. And that was Dubon who hit the ground ball. Giants 8, Dodgers 5. As the Giants will once again try and protect a 3-run lead against this powerful Dodger team. They could not do it in the 9th inning. And Jarlin Garcia is the guy who will set out to get it done now, with Tsutsugo, Noisy, and Betts as the 3 do-ups for the Dodgers.
3-pitch guy. You'll see a mid-90s fastball, the slider, and now he has command of his changeup. That was the elusive pitch early in the game, early in the year, and he really struggled to find his mechanics to be able to throw that pitch consistently, and it's really come on this last week. It's a pitch that is effectively one of his best weapons against right-handed hitters. But it also, look, it gives him another speed, it gives him another movement even against lefties. He didn't throw a lot of changeups to lefties, but he will. But right now, I mean, he's pitching with as much confidence as he's had all year because he's picked up that 3rd pitch.
So Albert Pujols will be the runner at second base, the free runner, which the rule was instituted for the pandemic. So there's Albert, and Tsutsugo is the hitter. Tsutsugo has gone 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk.
Now, the one thing you have to do is you have to challenge here. I mean, you have to take advantage of your 3-run lead. In Jarlin Garcia's mind, there's nobody at second base. He doesn't exist. That run means nothing. Your concentration should be to Tsutsugo and him alone.
Crawford backhands it. 1 away. Hit sharply.
Number 56, Sheldon.
Now Sheldon Noisy, who came in as part of the double switch in the 8th inning. He has had 1 at bat and hit a fly ball to right against Jake McGee in the 8th inning. Number 55, Albert Pujols, the runner at second. One ball, no strikes. Giants with a 3-run 10th inning. Lamont Wade Jr. singled home the go-ahead run. And then with a couple of men on and 2 down, Evan Longoria, his only at bat of the game, hit a 2-run double to deep right. 2-0. They've got Mookie Betts on deck. And here we are again. The Dodgers need 1 more base runner to be able to send the possible tying run to the plate.
Well, I mean, that should be a little note. Avoid at all cost giving the Dodgers a chance to come to the plate with the tying run.
Got it by him. 2-1. Garcia is the 6th Giants pitcher to appear in this game. Right there, knee high inside corner, strike 2 call.
Locked up. He wasn't thinking middle in. He was thinking middle away. Last 2 strikes have come by way of the fastball. He has not thrown him the changeup yet, and that is a good weapon for him against right-handers.
Two pitch. High and foul down the left field line.
So he went with a back foot breaking ball. See by that swing, Noisy doesn't take a lot out in 2 strike counts. He's up there trying to do damage.
He has hit 3 home runs, although he doesn't have that many hits. 57 at bats. He's only had 10 hits total. 2-2 the count. 95, but well off the outside. It's a full count.
And this becomes a huge pitch for Jarlin Garcia. He has to come into him. He has to put the pressure on the hitter.
Shallow center, racing in is Duggar. 2 down.
Nice pitch.
Crawford was tearing out after it just in case, but Duggar was able to call him off.
Man, those are times when you're on the mound, you have to remind yourself that the successful hitters in this league, they're successful 3 out of 10 times. 7 times they're going to make outs. I mean, you have to tell yourself that. Force yourself to throw a strike. Put the pressure on that hitter. It's not easy to get a hit at this level.
Mookie Betts, he has had an 0 for 5 night.
Yeah, but I don't think that Jarlin Garcia is thinking it that way. He's thinking, I need to make good pitches with this guy. And that's the thing about a hitter with reputation. He can have an 0 for 30 coming into this at bat. You still think he's going to give you a good at bat.
And that's a strike. Well, we saw what Albert Pujols. I mean, Albert Pujols hit one out of the park, and he got robbed by.
He got robbed.
Mike Tauchman brought it back into the park. Otherwise, this game would have ended in the 9th inning. That's a balk.
He didn't stop.
So no pitch. So Pujols with 2 down moves over to third on the balk. Still 0-1 to Mookie Betts. Albert Pujols now at third base. Max Muncy is on deck. He would be next. There is Tauchman, and the ball game is over. The Giants, they had to win it 2 different times. The Giants with the 3-run homer from Posey in the 8th, but then Barnes with the 3-run homer in the 9th to tie it. The Giants get 3 more in the 10th, and they win it, and it's Jarlin Garcia who gets the save, Mike.
Well, and think back to last year when this little losing streak against the Dodgers started. That's 6 losses in a row coming into this game. And as soon as that home run went over the wall off the bat of Austin Barnes, the Giants, they had to be thinking bad thoughts. But the play from Tauchman brought momentum right back into their dugout, and then they would come up with a 3 spot in the 10th. This is a big win for this club. They absolutely had to make some noise down here in L.A., and they have done it tonight. They finally ended that streak, and they got the Giants fan base right back on board.
The Giants over the Dodgers 8-5 in 10 innings. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned now for Giants Post Game Live presented by Toyota, starting right now.